going on, guys? Welcome back to Dan Reacts. I'm Dan. This is my reaction channel. I am joined once again by my good friend Addie. How's it going?
It's going good. I'm excited to be back. What's up? Yeah, it's going well. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good.
We are, for those of you that are wondering, we're binging this entire series in one weekend just because we were like, you know what? It's better to just do it kind of all at once. Addie was like, I'm just going to block out some days. Actually, we don't really have a lot of days. We had like 24 hours, basically. Yeah. We're basically binging these movies in a span of 24 hours. She showed up last night at like 8 p.m. and is leaving today at like 8 p.m. So it's basically a 24-hour binge, but we're doing it for you guys. As you guys can see in the title, we're doing the Desolation of Smaug, which is the sequel to the Hobbit trilogy. Mm-hmm. Coming off of that film, you seemed like you really enjoyed it.
I did. I have no complaints.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
None at all?
I mean, I'm just like happy that there's more.
Yeah.
You know?
It's nice to just be in the world.
Yeah, I think I went into it understanding that it was not going to be Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, the comments kind of prefaced you a little bit for like just the lower quality level.
Yeah, but I liked it. I think it's definitely, it looks different. You can tell it's, I don't know if it's the same director or not.
It is, so it's funny because I feel like it is the same director. It's Peter Jackson. Mm-hmm. But it almost feels like it's not. It
feels like kind of like it's not because they're obviously using a lot more like modern effects and like CGI and animation, but I think that's cool. I don't mind that at all. Like,
it doesn't bother you?
No, I get why they had to do that. Like, you couldn't have done these movies probably the same way that you did the other ones because of how much time has passed.
Yeah, because in actuality, the CGI just makes it easier for them and more manageable, you know.
And if it's going to be a prequel, like, you can't have your characters looking older than they were in the first movie.
Yeah,
so
the airbrushing and stuff like that. Yeah, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
At this point, are you familiar with as many names? You obviously know the people you already know. Do you remember Dwarfs?
I already know. No, not all of them. But, like, I know Kili and Kili because I know Kili and Kili. I love them. I know Thorin.
Gloin. Gimli's son of Gloin.
Gimli's father, yes. Which just tickles me. Like, I love that, like, because seeing his father makes me think of what Gimli looked like as a baby.
Just broke your pen.
Sorry. Yeah, so that makes, I get a lot of, like, enjoyment out of that. There's one with a D and one with a B that are the same, right? Bofus and Dofus, I don't know.
So there's also, Dory.
Yeah, no.
And, Ori and Nori. I think I got that right. Dory, Nori, and Ori.
They'll let you know if you got it wrong.
You guys are gonna let me know, yeah. But they're kind of all like, it's funny because it's like, so many of them just have like the same name.
I know, they kind of make it easy for you. It's like the 7 Dwarves.
Philly, Kili, like... Oin, Gloin, whatever.
Whatever they are. Yeah, I'll get it. I'll try. As long as they just don't say their names very often.
No, they really don't.
They kind of like say it once at the beginning and I didn't write it down or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm trying, but is it like deadly important that I would know that?
No. I mean, I don't think it's necessarily.
I think in the Lord of the Rings, it's like important that you know because they talk about each other a lot and they're referencing people all the time. So I like really was able to remember names.
Yeah. And I also feel like in my own opinion, the dwarves all don't play an equal role.
Right.
Like there's a number of them that are very much just there.
There's a number of them that I can't even remember if they had one line.
Right, yeah. Like, whereas like in the Fellowship, for example, every character is so pivotal that you have to know their names.
Yeah,
you know?
In the Lord of the Rings, it's kind of like there is not a main character.
Right.
Like there's Frodo in the Ring, but like is he the main character? Not really. Like I don't think so. And in this one, there's very much like these are the main characters that you need to care about. Yeah.
Favorite characters at the moment? Like, do you find anybody that's like a favorite? I mean, obviously you have sentimental value to characters you already know.
Yeah.
But is there any of the new characters that you've developed like I really like them?
I mean,
it's okay if not.
Bilbo, but I feel like obviously
because technically it's kind of like a newer version of him.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I love young Bilbo. I think that it's really cool to kind of get to see what his origin story, if you will, is.
And I feel like the actor is so good.
He does a great job.
He does such a good job of like inhabiting that older version that we all know in our heads.
But he still feels like Bilbo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it very much does feel like the same person.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that the dwarf prince will get a little bit more softer, yeah. Because I think at the end of the last movie, he really redeemed himself for hating on Bilbo so much.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping that they like have a stronger bond and are able to
develop
have more of like a fellowship style, you know, relationship.
Yeah, because they're very much like, they're like the fellowship, but not, because they're all so just like not
I feel like the stakes are not as high in some ways. We're talking about the dwarves and their livelihood, which is serious and a big deal, but to them.
Right.
So it's not the whole world's gonna go up in flames if this doesn't happen. It's just kind of this one adventure.
I think you hit it pretty on the nail right
there.
Yeah. Alright, well, let's not waste any more time. Let's get right into it. The Desolation of Smaug. Smaug.
The dragon that can talk. Apparently.
You don't know anything about him.
No.
You do know it's Benedict Cumberbatch. It bothers you, correct?
No. Don't say that. Benedict Cumberbatch does not bother me, but I think before I saw him in any movies, I was just like off-put by his face. I'm not now. I don't feel the same way now. Benedict, if you're watching, and I know you are, I'm no longer off-put by your face. And I would love to meet you. So just shoot me a text.
One day.
I mean, there's no way Benedict Cumberbatch is not watching this.
He has to be.
No. Oh. It's about to go down.
I'm the Federal now. I've had the same. The lonely mountain troubles me, Thorin. That dragon has said that long enough. Unite the armies of the dwarves. Together you have the might and power to retake Erebor. It's half a world away, buried beneath the feet of a fire-breathing dragon. Which is why we're going to need a burglar. What form did it take? Like a bear?
Yes, but bigger, much bigger.
Are they friend or foe? Now then, he will help us or he will kill us.
Jeez.
His name is Beorn. And he's a skin changer.
Uri Shuri Kuzdail.
Shar Shulinari Paragish.
Torkun Toragizik.
The master? I thought that guy was the master.
There's always a higher up.
Oh, the performance. He just fixed it.
So you are the one they call Luke and Shield. These lands are crawling with orcs. Their numbers are growing. I don't like dwarves, but orcs I hate more. What do you need?
He's like, just so you know, I do not like you. Before I help you, you have to know I don't appreciate your whole race.
This forest feels sick, as if a disease lies upon it.
Something moves in the shadows, unseen, hidden from our sight. Every day it grows in strength. Go to the tombs in the mountains.
The High Fells. You've changed. Bilbo Baggins. You're not the same Hobbit as the one who left the Shire.
Found something in the Goblin tunnels. My carriage.
Good. Well, that's good.
Liar.
Liar.
You must stay on the path. Do not leave it. If you do, you'll never find it again. This way.
The path has disappeared.
What's going on? We've lost the path.
No. Are we doing big spiders again? Because I don't like that.
We're almost there.
Is that almost
Can you
there?
hear me? I know which way to go. Hello?
No.
My nightmare. Oh. God, the way it moves.
It's so creepy. I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh no, 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 no.
Can you imagine waking up in that?
No. Right in the booty. Ooh. Okay, Bilbo.
Oh, that one.
He can't do anything. Oh. What's that body language? What are you? Goodbye. Oh my god. Yes! Hi,
Do not think I will
baby!
kill you, dwarf. It would be my pleasure.
Of course he comes in surfing on a, dead spider? You gotta love him.
I think I'm giving you a weapon, dwarf. No mistake.
She's like, I don't need your help, actually. I'm gonna do this myself.
Who is this? Your brother?
That is my wife.
What is this horrid creature?
That's my wee lad, Gimli.
He's gonna be your best friend later, Legolas. Baby Gimli.
Not just a thief, but a liar as well.
And we're not.
I'm so fucking excited that Legolas is here. It feels like the Lord of the Rings now.
Right.
You know. We're getting the band back together.
Aren't you going to search me?
I could have anything down my trousers.
Oh.
Or nothing.
Oh. She said, there's nothing of interest for me down there. Thank you so much. Like, he's really just hitting on her in this situation. She's like putting him in jail. He's like, do you want to do it? His little squint.
A quest to reclaim a homeland and slay a dragon.
There are gems in the mountain that I too desire. White gems of pure starlight. I am listening. I will let you go, if you but return what is mine. I would not trust Thranduil. The great king, honor his word.
I don't think you're really in a position to be refusing help right now.
You! I have faced the great serpents of the north.
Whoa.
I'm patient. I can wait. I told him he could go Ishkakve and Dohnul.
I told him he can go love himself.
Orders. Keep our lands clear of those foul creatures. That is your task.
And when you drive them off, what then?
Legolas said you fought well today. He has grown very fond of you. Do not give him hope where there is none.
A love story. A Legolas love story. Hey, cutie.
The stone in your hand. What is it?
A powerful spell lies upon it. If any but a dwarf reads the runes on this stone, they will be forever cursed. Or not. It's just a token. My mother gave it to me, so I'd remember my promise.
Wood elves love best the light of the stars.
I always thought it is a cold light.
It is memory. Precious and pure, like your promise.
I saw fire moon once. It rose over the parsonage downland. Huge. This huge fire moon.
In trouble.
I wish I could show you.
Oh, it's Legolas.
We're never going to reach the mountain, are we?
Goodbye. I love how much screaming goes on when they're supposed to be
Quiet.
being sneaky and like getting out of there.
Yeah. Very inconspicuous.
Bilbo.
Collecting his kills.
I can watch him in fight scenes all day long.
Mm-hmm.
He is so graceful. Ooh.
Nice.
Ooh. I mean, that's one way to do it. All right. Yes, my big fat boy. I mean, who saw that coming?
I know. Who's more graceful, him or Legolas?
Like, they're my top two right now. A little inside pirouette on top of a dwarf's head.
Uno. However, queen.
Ooh, you do not want to hear that. You don't want to be the one that they keep alive.
Hell no. Just kill me.
Gandalf's just like, be right back.
Yeah.
You guys got this, right?
I'll be a month.
I'll be a month.
Why am I here, Gandalf?
Fear nothing, Master. I would not have called you here without good reason.
Who's buried here?
It was a servant of evil, one of mine. He finds nothing.
That barge over there, it wouldn't be available for hire by any chance.
No one enters Lake Tower by leave of the master.
All his wealth comes from trade with the woodland realm. You would be a smuggler,
For which we would pay double.
In time, all foul things come forth. You were tracking a company of 13 dwarves.
You like killing things, Orc. You like death.
Ugh, God. Come on. Like, what are we doing?
But
What's that? He looks like his face was gonna pop.
We have nothing to fear.
your world will burn. Hell time has come again. Death is upon you.
There was nothing more he could tell me.
No, Nash. Kiranish. Or Kirza.
I say we throw him over the side and be done with it.
Oh, Bard. His name's Bard. How do you know? I understand.
Don't kill me,
I asked him.
I don't like him.
If you value your freedom, you'll do as I say. There are guards ahead.
Yeah. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Oh no, that's so nasty.
Not so fast.
Okay, Unibrow.
Assignment. And when the people hear the master is dumping fish back in the lake, when the rioting starts, stop.
Protect you with the common folk. You might have their favour now, Archman, but it won't last.
What is his deal?
Why would you not want your city fed?
We know where you live.
Okay.
Small town, Alfred. Everyone knows where everyone lives.
It's like, I know where you live too. So what? Would you like to fight, Unibrow?
I thought they live in a place that stinks of fish oil and tar.
So do you.
Jobs, shelter, food. It's all they ever plead about.
Jobs, shelter, food. The luxuries of life. He is so ugly.
Do you know who that is?
No.
It was Stephen Colbert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he is.
That's so funny because he's such a huge fan.
He's
Yeah.
like the resident Lord of the Rings fan, Tolkien fan.
That's so amazing. He probably was so excited to do that.
Oh yeah. Duh.
There you are. I was worried.
You speak of this.
Oh.
I'll rip your arms off.
Oh.
For 600 years, my father has protected you, favored you. You defied his orders. You betrayed his trust. It is not our fight.
It is our fight. Has the Lord of Silver Fountains returned?
The Lord of Silver Fountain, the King of Carven Stone.
But all shall fail in sadness, and the lake will shine and burn. I tried to stop them. How long have they been gone?
He's like, the moment you left.
I really didn't try. I kind of just, I asked them not to go. They did. What did he expect him to do though? Like, he's a child. He says.
Call him stealing weapons, sire. This is Thorin.
Son of flame! Son of flaw!
We have come to reclaim our homeland.
If you waken that beast, it will destroy us all.
If we succeed, all will share in the wealth of the mountain.
Listen to me! You must listen! Have you forgotten what happened to Dale?
This crowd is so like, whatever someone says, they just agree.
Like, for sure.
So riven that it was Gillian, Lord of Dale, your ancestor, who failed to kill the beast.
You have no right.
Yeah, he does.
No right to enter that mountain.
Is he mad?
I have the only right. Will you share the great wealth of our people?
Welcome!
I'm going to be there when that door is opened. When we first look upon the halls of our fathers, Thorin, Kili, stay here.
We grew up on tales of the mountain. Tales you told us. You cannot take that away from him.
Is Legolas the board as well?
Kili!
No one will help us. Kili's sick. Veil of concealment lies over this place. Which means our enemy is not yet ready to reveal himself.
What if it's a trap?
It's undoubtedly a trap.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
And all those who doubted us, rue this day! The last light of Durin's day. Break it down! That's what it says. What have we missed?
We've lost the light. There's no more to be done.
You can't give up now.
There it is.
Come back! It's the light of the moon, the last moon of autumn!
It was just...
Oh my god.
You can stop him.
What's that? That, Master Burglar, is why you are here.
He has like the most messed up job. You have to go in and steal the stone from the dragon.
Yeah.
Of the dragon you've never seen.
And you're not a burglar.
I promised I would do this. And I think I must try.
It never ceases to amaze me.
What's that?
The courage of hobbits.
No! Gandalf! God. What? No! No, darling. I didn't think so. It's just like a landfill of riches. Oh no. It's like, oh, would you look at that? Would you just look at what's going on here on this day?
There you are, thief in the shadows.
I merely wanted to gaze upon your magnificence, to see if you really were as great as the old tales say.
Who are you?
Who are you? I am your biggest fan.
I know the smell and taste of dwarf. No one better. They are drawn to treasure like flies to dead flesh.
But that's you, though.
There is nowhere to go.
We're going to die, Dad.
Not if I kill it first.
Ooh, he's got one of the arrows.
Keep it safe. Don't let anyone find it.
I'll deal with that. Go!
Ooh. Not today.
You're afraid.
Yes,
Stop.
I'm afraid.
He's like, do you know what's in there?
I fear for
Remember
you.
when he killed all of our people and stole our home?
That treasure hoard.
I will not risk this quest for the life of one burglar.
Oh, how dare you? He saved your life so many times.
His name is Bilbo.
Bilbo motherfucking Baggins.
The darkness is coming. It will spread to every corner of the land. You are being used, thief in the shadow. What did he promise you? A share of the treasure? As if it was his to give.
Big spot.
The black arrow found its mark.
What did you say? I am almost tempted to let you take it. So tell me, thief, how do you choose to die?
Is that you, Dad?
Duh. Yeah, draw a little more attention to yourself so you can. Oh, said. Look out of the way. Yeah! Queen! Coming to save the day. Ooh. Oh. Okay. Loved that.
I'm going to save it.
How did you find it?
Oh, where'd you get up?
Let him down.
There may be a way out. Let's try.
No chance that way.
It's our only chance. Hear tell of the wonders of elvish medicine. That was a privilege to witness. Tauriel, you cannot be her. She is far away. She is far, far away from me. Do you think she could have loved me?
Get him. You better. Hey.
He doesn't even like know what it is. He's like, how do I respond to this?
Hold up, I'm weekend.
Follow Balin.
Balin.
Pull that lever. You have come from Lake Town, sniveling cowards with their longbows and black arrows.
He was like sad.
Time
Sounded like he was gonna cry.
Yeah, he's getting a little choked up.
and you could watch them die. You witless worm! You. I am taking back what you stole. We will have our revenge. Declare your love! You don't know what is coming?
A dragon.
What have we done?
What an ending. Talk
What a-
about a cliffhanger.
Major cliffhanger, huh?
Oh my god.
You were not expecting that.
No. I felt like there was like gonna be 30 more minutes.
Right? Yeah. Except there's 2 hours.
Right. Yes. So no problem. There's no shortage of content.
Well, let's just get right into it. We just finished the Desolation of Smaug. What did you think?
It was good. That was like a lot more action for sure.
Than the first one, you think?
Yeah, like more. It's getting down to the nitty gritty. You know, like,
down to like the action, like what it's actually about.
Yeah, the first one was more just
Build up and
kind of like more fun and like more things are getting serious and they're putting you kind of in that zone.
Totally.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Well, I'm really stoked to get into your notes. Let's do it.
Let's do it. There were more quotes in the last half of this movie that I wrote down because the first one I really didn't have any.
Yeah. You had one. It was like
I had one. I can tell you that he gives me courage from
oh
Gandalf.
right. Yeah.
So I guess I'll start with quotes. this one was just funny to me, was when Bard's daughter was like, "Duh, why are there dwarfs climbing out of the toilet?"
Oh my god.
I just liked that. I thought that was funny.
And he's like so pissed off as he's coming up. He's like, if you tell anybody about this.
Like, as if that is your worry.
And as if like this little boy knows anybody you know.
Yeah, like, who's he gonna tell? Your friends? Like, your friends are literally all with you in the toilet, so don't worry about it. Like, when Gandalf said it's undoubtedly a trap and then just walked right in, like,
you're a badass.
He just fears nothing and nobody, and
even like when Sauron is like attacking him in that moment, I feel like I would just be like, and even he's just like, Sauron, like he has no fear.
Like, you're back, and that was actually really cool. Like, Sauron himself looked like the eye. You know what I mean? Like that imagery of him being the pupil was a good way of kind of having him come out. I put, it never ceases to amaze me, the courage of hobbits. Oh,
who said that? Was it Balin?
I don't remember.
It's like the white-haired one, correct?
I think so.
Yeah.
And then Kili, when he's talking to Tauriel and says she walks in starlight.
Beautiful moment.
Like I want Legolas and Tauriel, but that was, I mean, how are you gonna
that was the moment.
That was so good.
Yeah.
He was just a sweet
and she was
angel.
so struck by what he was saying.
She was just like,
no one has ever spoken to me
heart.
this way. Yeah,
literally. So things I like, I said Baby Gimli, the picture of Baby Gimli.
And it's funny because right before the movie started, you were saying that you liked the imagery of Baby Gimli, and in my head I'm like, well, you're gonna get it for
I liked like thinking about like, oh, that's his dad. So yeah, like an actual, and then just Legolas's entry, you know, that whole scene. The dwarves barrel battle.
He likes that.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. It was very creative that they're having them float down the river in barrels.
And there was so much going on. You have Legolas like just gliding his way through things. You have Bombur in the barrel like going crazy.
That was the next one that I had, was Bombur's battle mode. Like when he just came out of nowhere and you're like, where is this like ballerina grace?
That's like in a video game when you get like the power up. That's your power up
move.
Suddenly
starts like moving and grooving. I was like, go!
Yeah.
You go, Bombur! Tauriel convincing Legolas to fight instead of go back. I liked that. When Bard pulls out the black arrow, you find out that he still has one.
You're like, oh, he's about to go get him.
Yeah.
Avenge his great-grandfather.
Yeah. I was very like confused on who I should be supporting. Because you're supporting the dwarves going back, and then you can tell that Bard is the good guy and he's not agreeing with them, so I was very conflicted on who I should have been supporting there. And when he pulled out the black arrow, I felt more like, okay, now we're getting somewhere.
I'm allowed to support him now.
Yeah, okay, I understand. Legolas and Tauriel fighting the orcs together.
That was nice. Yeah.
I just like them.
Yeah.
I know that that's probably not gonna happen, but I like them.
It's kind of, I feel like it's kind of a different scenario where it was like you very much were like adamant that you were like, I don't want Aragorn and Eowyn to end up together. I want him to be with Arwen, but it feels like you're kind of like, either way
I'll be happy.
You'll be happy with the outcome.
As long as she's happy. But I'll be sad if like Legolas is heartbroken.
Right.
That will break my heart. I just want him to have everything that he wants. He deserves the world. So if he ends up being upset, I will be upset. But it is what it is. Such is love. Tauriel healing Kili, which was kind of like
your quotes. Yeah, it's just such a great scene.
Yeah. And then I just put Bombur just as a whole. I just enjoy him.
Is he your like top dwarf?
I just think he's so cute. Like he's I don't know who I like him and I like Balin. But I like them all, you know. Things I don't like, the spider forest.
Nightmare fuel.
I thought I hated the one spider.
Yeah.
And then it's A whole forest of them?
Uh-huh.
I can't handle that. I can't process.
And they were like, I feel like Shelob was a lot bigger and slower.
Mm-hmm.
These ones were like skinny and fast.
And they talked, which
Yeah.
I didn't enjoy. So that was horrifying. The king of the lake town, he's just weird.
Yeah.
I don't like him. And that was also a big thing that made me feel conflicted, was that he was supporting
The dwarves.
them good, and I was like,
but you're not a good guy.
but they're good guys.
Yeah.
So who is good here?
Right.
It's very confusing.
Mm-hmm.
When Kili got sick from being poisoned, it was stressful. I don't like the screaming, and he's just such an angel.
Oh.
So I didn't like him being sick. Obviously, he gets healed, but I wrote that when I found
Prior
out
to
he was
that,
sick.
yeah.
Sauron emerging and melting Gandalf's staff.
Oof, yeah.
Like, which doesn't make sense, because he still had the staff in the Lord of the Rings.
I think it's more so just like, you can just get a staff.
He just has staffs.
Yeah. He has a closet full of staffs.
Yeah, he did. Sauron really thought he did something there, but
Yeah.
little does he know.
Gandalf has a full collection.
Gandalf doesn't need that staff. He's like, okay, anyways. Thorin threatening Bilbo.
Yeah. He's starting to get kind of like the antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he quickly is starting to show his true colors.
Yeah, when he came to him and all he cared about was,
The Arkenstone.
did you find the Arkenstone? I was like, focus up. Like, you're here with your team.
Yeah.
You know, like, we'll get to that. Like,
Right.
let's make sure everybody's safe, you
Mhm.
know? That was the last thing that I wrote about things I didn't like.
All right. So it sounds like for the most part you enjoyed it. I liked that.
I did enjoy it, yeah.
What are you kind of hoping for going into this final film? Are there any things that you're just like, I really want to see this happen?
Well, yeah, I mean, the dragon needs to die. I really just want a clear path to the end, because right now everything is very
Convoluted.
muddy, and like I said, I don't know who the good people are
Mm-hmm.
and who I should be rooting for. I don't know what the plan is. Now the dragon's gone and going towards all these innocent people that cannot fight for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just don't see, like, the linear, we're going to do this, 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 and this to get to the end. So I just want to be able to root for somebody.
Totally.
You know?
Yeah.
And then I need a little bit more of the Gandalf and Sauron, because they just kind of panned away from that.
Yeah, he's up to, in terms of what we know, he's still fucked.
Like,
right
about
now.
to die, yeah.
Yeah, totally,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So, just more on that, because they really cut that, kind of, that whole end of that movie was just, you're smack in the middle of it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't like Lord of the Rings, where they kind of all
wrap
have
up
an
each
ending.
individual film, yeah.
Right, yeah, this was very, like, stay tuned for the next episode,
Yeah.
you know?
Total clickbait.
Total clickbait, how dare they?
Yeah. Well then lastly, do you want to give it like a rating? Did you give a rating last night?
I didn't give a rating, and I don't know, I like them, but I feel like I can't give it, like, you know, a 9.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not, it's not as good, but I like it a lot, so maybe, like...
Anywhere from like 8 to 8.5.
Yeah.
Seems fair.
Like an 8.
Would you say you've liked this one more than the last one? Or would you say you liked the first one more up to this point?
I think I probably enjoyed the first one more, but I like this one for the story more. I think that they're doing more in this movie, which I like. But as far as, like, the first one made me happier, I think, you know?
Yeah. All right. Well, 2 down, 1 more to go. We're going to be doing the Battle of 5 Armies in a couple hours.
Yeah.
We're going to take a little breather, collect our thoughts. I'm actually really hungry right now.
I was just about to say...
We need to get some food in our system, but I'm excited to start that final one. And then we're going to be officially done with the Middle-earth Tolkien Journey. But a lot of people have been bringing it up in the comments. When the Lord of the Rings show comes out, we will have to do that.
Yes, for sure. It is so crazy because this whole series just meant nothing to me so recently.
2 months ago, you couldn't have cared less.
I could not have cared less. Yeah, I didn't care at all. I didn't know anything about it. I had no interest. You know, not no interest, but
it wasn't like really something you knew about.
It was nothing to me, and now it's so funny when you get into these really well-established worlds, and it's just like,
I love it.
Like, I don't want it to be over.
I love that.
Yeah.
Alright guys, we're going to wrap up this video. That's going to conclude today's reaction. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. We hope you have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.